Has China become more than a serious threat to ChatGPT and the future of American AI dominance? Why is Apple telling the Australian government they are wrong? And I can't lie, the PS6 looks impressive. Let's get into this episode of Surprise. Firstly, China just claimed that they built an AI that's up to 100 times faster than ChatGPT. Not just faster, cheaper, lighter, and apparently more efficient than your RTX 5090, which is on brand for China. Build something really better where you live. But here's a real question. What makes this thing 25 to 100 times much faster than ChatGPT? Well, instead of using the traditional attention mechanism for its AI thought process, where models analyze entire sentences and map every word like a control freak, the Chinese were inspired by the human brain. Their system, called Spiking Brain 1.0, focuses on nearby words. Just like the name suggests that they combine the nearest words that came to mind. So, for example, in the sentence, the baseball player swung the bat and hit a home run, it pays attention to baseball and bat, not they or and, basically treating those words like they ignore them. And they're running this on a homegrown meta chip. But here's the problem. For now, this AI is more like a paper tiger than an apex predator. But if it turns out to be real though, well, the US stock market better wear its helmet this time because it's about to crash. And trust me, the surprises aren't over. From the way Apple is having trouble in Australia, the PS6 potentially giving us massive changes, you want to stick around. First, Microsoft and OpenAI have finally signed the divorce papers. OpenAI is free now, strong, independent, and finally about to go full-blown capitalist. See, in this relationship drama, Microsoft is at controlling X. OpenAI has been begging to make money, but everyone, including Microsoft, kept saying no. But now Microsoft's busy building its own AI, so it gave OpenAI the green light. Go, chase your dreams, honey. Just don't forget to pay the bills. Of course, there are strings attached. Microsoft still gets full access to OpenAI's tech, even if one day it hits human-level intelligence. So they broke up, but they're still sharing Netflix password. However, OpenAI still has another problem. Restructuring still needs approval from the Attorney General in California and Delaware, and if it doesn't wrap this up before 2026, it could lose billions of dollars in funding. Speaking of money, Google is rolling out a new Gmail feature that will help track your horrible shopping habit. It's called the Purchases tab. Sounds innocent, but they start to show you how you've impulse bought 20 Labubus to go with your brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max. Available on mobile and web. It's part of Gmail's plan to make your inbox look more organized, or just remind you of every horrible financial decision you've ever made. These updates will be rolling out in the coming week. Speaking of bad decisions, Amazon is about to try augmented reality. But first, they're about to expand the delivery driver's job description, from underpaid bottle-pushing workers to guinea pigs for AR glasses that they'll have to wear by 2036. Why? Because Bezos said so. They plan to follow it up with a consumer product by late 2026 to early 2027. Why? Because Bezos said so. Consume product and don't ask questions. Let me give you some quick news in 60 seconds. The CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery believes HBO Max is way underpriced compared to competitors and hinted that price increases are coming. Sony hasn't built a new phone that seems to take inspiration from the Pixel camera band and won't launch in the US. NASA's Perseverance rovers identified rocks in Mars containing chemical signatures and structures suggesting life. Returning the samples appears to be a bit difficult. Taiwanese scientists have engineered a way to allow plants to absorb and process carbon dioxide far more efficiently, basically Photosynthesis 2.0. However, it's unclear if results were able to scale on large crop and tree. NVIDIA is reportedly partnering with Kioxia to produce SSDs up to 100 times faster than standard model, designed for AI workload. They hope it will be faster than HBM. In the UK, a growing number of British members of parliament are reportedly using ChatGPT to help write their speeches. No one is immune. And I bet you thought it lasted along the 60 seconds. Well, that's what she said. And into the Apple news. Apple is fighting against the Australian government. The company has a court case with Epic. The country's federal court ruled that Apple App Store practices such as banning sideloading and enforcing in-app purchases violated competition laws. But it's not looking good for Apple. The court defined iOS as its own marketplace, concluding Apple holds a monopoly over app distribution and payment processing within that ecosystem, which is true, but for the House of 10, the truth hurts. And just like that stubborn friend, it strongly disagrees, arguing that market definition is flawed and that it faces competition from platforms like Google and Samsung Galaxy Store. Yeah, you do, but those stores aren't on an iPhone now, are they? Remedies are still pending, but Epic hinted that Fortnite might return on iOS in Australia. And I think BMW is delusional. I hope you agree with me in the comments. At a press event, BMW's senior VP downplayed Apple CarPlay Ultra, calling it not so exciting and claiming BMW's own iDrive system is much more capable. Sounds like me trying to convince my girl that I'm better than her ex. But in this case, I was right. But would you get a car without Apple CarPlay? And today's video is sponsored by you. How? Well, if you're looking to get some new AirPod Pros, but Apple's recent ad failed to impress, well, try the Pro 2. Still a solid sound experience and 20% off. Or get yourself an Apple Watch SE 2, which is 24% off. These are affiliate links, so a portion of the sales will go to me and help me get better gear. And oh dear, into the gaming news. The PlayStation 6 might be a major upgrade. According to leaks from Moore's Law is Dead, the console not only delivers 6 to 12 times more performance and ray tracing of the PS5, but potentially bump the RTX 5090. The GPU performance will be more than double that of the PS5 Pro's 16.7 teraflops, though not the best metric with gaming performance. It shows the performance bumps we may be getting. But what about the memory? Rumors suggest that the 160-bit bus with GDDR7 memory offering 640GB per second bandwidth and up to 40GB of RAM. The only problem is, we have to wait. Production may begin mid-2027, targeting a full 2027 release. And that's it for today's tech news. I love you, I hope you got updated, and I'll see you in the next one.